Hmm. All right, welcome to the franchise time machine. Play dog. I was laughing when you said that because I was also watching Sensei Martian eating. I didn't realize he was eating pastries, but that's funny. I am curious to see how he does now that his trip is over. Um, it was kind of cool listening to him talk about kind of some of his ideas for content going forward. But yeah, it's now part of my routine to check in on him. So it was that's what I was doing while I was getting the stream ready to go tonight. Uh Smiley Face Jane is in the chat. All right. Yeah, it was very cool. I got to watch the last day, so that was really neat. Oh, AW is here. Nice. All right. Well, let's get started. I'll get the let's get the giveaway form up so people can put in their guesses. But we're playing game night tonight. And the game we are playing is the Force 4 Trades. So Smiley Face Jane has done a point redemption and has chosen the 1962 Mets. I really like the idea of trying to improve a terrible team, as opposed to the like almost almost champions that I've picked the last two times. So this should be really fun. So the rules are you can make any four preseason trades with any four teams. Um, I just realized I broke the rule when, when I played last time because I made the Cardinals give me two teams. You're only supposed to be able to pick one player per team. So I broke my own rules. I totally forgot about that. Totally spaced on that. So that was fun, but we will have to invalidate my score on that. Um, but yeah, so four teams, four players. You can send them any. Oh, is that going to change what you were going to do? Sorry about that. I set the precedent incorrectly, so that's my fault. Um, you can take as much time as you need, Slotface J, to figure out your revised strategy. Um, oh, it even says here, I totally spaced on this last night. Only one trade per team. Hmm. All right. Well, that's my bad, Slotface J, for leading you down the wrong path with the previous sim. Um, but you have some time because I need to update the form for the 10-pack giveaway. Let's see. I think the easiest one will be we'll use the one from last night. We'll make a copy of this. It's episode 126 because I did 125 this afternoon. Um, I did a brief live roster build stream because I had to update my live rosters anyway. So Clay Dog wrote this down because it made him laugh, and I want to share it. The announcer I was watching said, "Soto isn't one of those guys that disguises how much they enjoy playing this game." that that I thought the same thing as I read that. Who's out there pretending they don't like the game? All right, Force for trades with Smiley Face Jane and the 1962 Mets. Flying WV has some pack luck tonight on his pack team. Wow, that's a lot of cards. A lot of good cards. Is Chris Sale the live card, or does he have a historical? Well, you might be able to get some more packs here today to help that team even more. So let me put this form up. All right, so uh, Smiley Face Jane will be our contestant. Our contestant and has chosen the 1962 Mets. To force four teams to trade one player each to the Mets. And the 1962 New York Mets went 40, 120, and 1, and finished dead last. Last in the NL East. I think it was 60 and a half games behind. Let me look it up real quick. 60 and a half games. Good memory. All right. 60 and one half games behind the 103 and 62 San Francisco. Sorry, so I think what happened there was they used to play a 3-game playoff because they were tied with the Dodgers. All kinds of weird stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of weird stuff in that season. So the Dodgers and Giants play 165 games, and the Giants end up winning the NL. I said NL East, but it's just the NL. Right, so they play 165 games. The Mets um, and the Colt 45s play 121 games, one of which is a tie. The other was a rainout of the doubleheader on the last day of the season. I think mercifully, I guess MLB decided that they didn't have to play that last game. Um, oh yeah, that's right. Flying WB redeemed today redeem points today to play uh, create a roster. So that's now on the list. Claydog is up first, but if Claydog's too busy, he had said that we can slot other people in. So, all right, so let's get these questions done so people can answer their questions in case they have to run. In particular, I'm thinking of AW, who we're glad to have you back in the stream, AW, but I figured you might have to go. Kratos taking a cheat day from schoolwork today. All right. As always, please remember to be careful with your capitalization of your OOTP ID because that's how OTP developments will get your packs. Okay, so as usual, the first question, will this team make the playoffs? I got smart and I took all the references to the specific team name out of the question so I can just copy this form over and over. Will this team make the playoffs? Will this team make it to the World Series? Will it win the World Series? Will a player from this team win a Cy Young Award or MVP award? Oh, wait. Oh, you're asking. I thought you were asking Sly Fishing. Um, you can play any of the games on the game night sheet, which is it's this page is posted in the Discord. I think it's even pinned. And you can also choose create a roster, which is not on here because that's a game I invented kind of recently. Oh, okay. AW's gonna play game two. You can take however long you need AW to decide what game you want to play. Thank you for redeeming those points. So yeah, so like Smiley Face Jane said, it's any of the 5 games on here, or you can choose create a roster. Oh, how long have I been on mute? There's the forum. It's pinned to the chat now. A while. Okay. I just realized too, now that I unmuted, I can hear myself, and I haven't heard myself in a while. Okay, so um, let's go through the questions then, since I might have been muted. All right, so Smiley Face James taking the 62 Mets and gets to make four trades, any trades, with four different teams. The questions are these are going to be kind of the typical questions we use from now on. Anytime we're doing 10 pack giveaway with with a sim. So the first is, will this team make the playoffs? Will it make the World Series? And will it win the World Series? And then, will a player from this team win a Cy Young Award or MVP? And just as a reminder, I always select that pitchers cannot win the MVP. So there'll be more players have a chance to win one of the two major awards because pitchers won't be able to kind of hog both awards. Okay, and then how many regular season games will this team win? The actual 62 Mets went 40 and 120 and 1. Oh, that is true, Smiley Face Jane. In this era, that's right. It's a trick question. If you make the playoffs in 1962, you also make it to the World Series. Oh, yeah, let's see. Jim L. Hickman, what was his war? There he is. Uh, third on the team in war with 1.3, right behind fellow uh, original Mets and Met legends Frank Thomas, not that Frank Thomas, but Frank Thomas and Richie Ashburn. No, I know Clay Dom. That was quite a prediction you made with Jim L. Hickman. I was watching that night. So here he is, Jim L. Hickman, third on the Mets in WAR. Sorry, right behind Frank Thomas and Richie Ashburn. So actually, I'm kind of surprised how many people had positive WARs for that team. But then you have a bunch of negative. The net is 5.6. So the highest batting WAR was 2.5, and then the highest pitching WAR was 3.0. This Roger Craig entry also reminds me, I've been meaning to do a sim where I want to make a team of all players I only knew as managers and coaches for the longest time. There's a lot of them, actually, and I've learned more of them since I started playing Perfect Team. So I think that'll be a fun one to do someday. All right, so let's go into the base game. If if Smiley Face Jane is ready, we can well, even if you're not ready yet, I need to fire up the 62 season, so let's go ahead and do that. At the very start of the baseball boom era, 1962. So we're not going to use minor leagues. We're not going to have expansion. Almost seems like it should be Jane Smiley Face, but we'll do Smiley Face Jane. I don't know. Which one do you prefer? Do you want it to be Smiley Face and then Jane is the last name, or Jane and then Smiley Face is the last name? Pretty terrible whip for their pitchers. Well, I mean, everything about that team was terrible, so it's not like it's a shocker that they had terrible whip. This is Force for Trades. Smiley Face Jane. I'll call it version 1 in case we play again. I'm also curious to hear how Smiley Face Jane diagnosed this terrible team to figure out the 4 most important places to make improvements. Because I've simmed a lot with this team and it's pretty bad. All right, so first let's look at the pitching staff. I I wish there was a view where you can have uh their real life stats, but that doesn't seem to be an option that I've ever seen. But let's look at pitching ratings. Oh, Craig Anderson already getting cut. All right, here's the pitching ratings. Okay, lots of yellow, but on the surface doesn't look too terrible. There's some green in there. They do have a 3-star, Al Jackson. Yeah, and then we'll look at the lineups real quick. Let's go batting ratings. Pretty bad contact all around. Pretty terrible power. Lots of orange and yellow. Yes, Bob Miller, perfect team legend. This team actually doesn't have a shortage of names because basically it's everyone who's kind of washed ends up in the expansion draft and gets taken by the Mets. Um, Also, too, if you look at the Colt 45s, you'll also probably see a lot of recognizable names. Al Smith just got a card. Don Budden had a launch card. Not that Dave Roberts, different Dave Roberts. But yeah, so kind of like today, who you protect in your expansion draft? Well, you leave unprotected the has-beens and never-weres, right? Notice, yeah, let's take a look. Noticeably better ratings than the Mets, especially on the pitching staff. Yeah, a couple 4 stars, 3.5 star. Actually, their lowest rated player would be one of the highest rated players on the Mets staff. That is true. Yeah, you even have some blue, right? You've got some high stuff pitchers, and actually off the charts home run suppression pitcher. Um, yeah, I don't know what the Mets were up to at the time. It's actually pretty sad if you look at the Mets. The first, so they win the World Series in '69. That's the first year they have the NL East and the NL West. I think that's also the first year they lose fewer than 95 games or something like that. The first 5 or 6 years of existence is mostly 100 lost seasons. So yeah, and then the lineups too. I mean, 3 stars is as best as you've got here, right? You've got a 38-year-old Gil Hodges. Frank Thomas is 32. He's probably their best hitter. Um, where? Oh, you know what? The reason Richie Ashburn's not on here is because I think he's acquired This is the opening day roster, right? Let me look that up. Oh, he is on here? Okay. Oh, yeah, he's on there. Okay. Oh, yeah, he's their 1 3.5 star player. Okay. Who was I thinking of? They acquire someone. Who do they, now I gotta look it up. Who did they acquire? Jesus. Oh, of course he was on the opening day roster because in Ezra's channel, I keep referring to him as original Met Richie Ashburn. So of course he was on there. Um, all right, let me see if I can find that. Oh, it was Marv Throneberry I'm thinking of. Marvelous Marv Throneberry. He was acquired in May. That's what I was thinking of. And I think he is not on here, right? Yeah, he's not on here. So he should still be on Baltimore. Yep, there he is. Marvelous Marv. 2.5 stars. Oh, check out that old school Orioles logo. Wow, look at that. That's cool. Play dog. I do not have a Bean Richie Ashburn redemption. It's like a little like Ripley, doesn't it? Now I kind of want to see what all the vintage logos look like. Oh, that's kind of cool. Cubs classic logo still the same. Check out the stash on the Reds logo. Oh, that yeah, there's that. This always reminds me of the League Redacted Hunch and Tigers logo. Although I should probably say that in reverse. The Hunch and Tigers logo reminds you of this old Detroit Tigers logo. Here's the Colt 45s. Oh, check out the Kansas City Athletics logo from 1962. An elephant standing on a baseball. That's amazing. Well, I think the Cleveland C is that's a little bit of revisionist history, since they're also not the Guardians at the time. So here's oh wow, check out that one. The Angels have a baseball with wings on top of a diamond. Dodgers classic logo. Braves with just an M. Oh, that's kind of cool. That Twins logo is kind of cool. Man, I didn't realize the Yankees logo with a top hat went back that far. That's pretty cool. Mets logo hasn't changed much. What is that behind the hat on the Phillies logo? What is that? What is that white thing that's behind the hat? Yeah, Clay, they literally just had two twins. What is that in between them? Is that like a river? It's a cheesesteak. See, Duncan says it's a cheesesteak. That's awesome. They do give you a cheesesteak wrapped in white paper, so maybe maybe it is the Mississippi River. Is does the Mississippi River separate Minneapolis and St. Paul? That separates the Twin Cities. Yeah, that's what I was guessing, man. I didn't know if that's the Mississippi or not. Whoa, the Pirates logo looks like a spoof. This looks like if someone said, "Oh, make me a a mock Pirates logo." Nope, that's the actual Pirates logo. That's amazing. Giants have a classic logo there. Cardinals too. Lives in a pineapple under the sea. Yeah, wait, no, their AI, their AI graphic generators were not as good back then. I like this old school Senators logo. I've seen it, I guess, on a Perfect Team card. I think it looks pretty cool. But it's not the kind of thing you can doodle when you're a kid. All right, let's go back to the Mets. Okay, so um, Smiley Face Jane, before we get your picks, let's just show folks kind of the lay of the land here. Okay, so at the time, let's maybe look at the top five players at each position. So for catchers, maybe we'll just look at the top one or two. Elston Howard for the Yankees and Smokey Burgess for the Pirates. For first baseman, Norm Seaburn for the Athletics and Norm Cash for the Tigers. What? How old is this Norm Cash? Oh, 27-year-old Norm Cash, so definitely near his peak. The season before, he had 361 with 41 bombs, 132 RBI. So definitely like in his prime. And then Orlando Cepeda for the Giants. He's coming off a 46 home run, 142 RBI season. So what did Norm Seaburn do then? Okay, that's interesting. Norm Seaburn's rated ahead of all of them, but he didn't even hit 300 the year before, didn't even hit 20 bombs. Cash and Cepeda hit 41 and 46 home runs respectively, and both hit well over 300. Also, you have an older Ernie Banks playing first base now for the Cubs. Second baseman, Jim Gilliam. Terry Lumpy, who just didn't he just get a card recently for the Athletics, and then Chuck Hiller for the Giants. There's Mazeroski for the Pirates, ranked fourth. Bobby Richardson also just had a new card, I think, for the Yankees at six. Is it Lump or Lumpy? Lumpy. I don't know. I can't make players eligible for my Phonics team, so. Will live diamond cards be needed for the PT Elite missions? My understanding is for the PT Elite missions, you need the entire live roster. So I assume that would include the diamonds too. So third baseman, Eddie Matthews, Brooks Robinson, Ken and Cleet Boyer. The Boyers, I don't think both of them have cards right now, but Robinson has a launch card, so I'm assuming he'll get a new card soon. And then Eddie Matthews has I think a 101 card. Shortstops, oh, Maury Wills, just like Smiley Face Wills in the streamer team. Woody Held, who has a long time meta iron card in the game. And then Tony Kubek for the Yankees, ranked third. Left fielders, we've got Tommy Davis for the Dodgers, Rocky Colavito for the Tigers, and Floyd Robinson for the White Sox. Willie McCovey coming in fourth there. Stan Musial, who at this point is 41, is still the fifth ranked left fielder in baseball. That's amazing. Um, I mean, you just look up and down this list of left fielders. Most of them are either in the game or were in the game in PT24. There's Daddy Wags, Billy Williams, Harmon Killebrew also playing left field at this point. Center fielders, Mickey Mantle, 30 years old, still ranked number one. Willie Mays second, Hank Aaron third. Man, any of those would be a nice addition to any team. Right fielders, Frank Robinson, Al Kaline, and Jimmy Callison. Roberto Clemente doesn't even make the top three. And he's 27 in his prime. coming off a 23 home run, 351 average season, and he's ranked fourth. Oh, Clay Dog, I wish I'd seen that. And then starting pitchers, Koufax number one. Yeah, he's entering his peak. Ken Johnson for the how did the Colt 45s get a number two rated pitcher on their team? Did he actually do anything for them? Let's see, 65. Oh, I guess they trade him. He ends up going 13-8 for Milwaukee. 1.12 whip. Underdog, hello. Welcome in. There is a form pinned to the chat for tonight's 10-pack giveaway. And you don't have to be present to win. So if you have to run Underdog, you can just go ahead and submit it, and you'll still get your packs if you come in first or second. Bob Gibson at this point, 26-year-old. He's the 7th ranked pitcher. And then you've got a 33-year-old Whitey Ford coming off a 25-4 season, ranked number 9. And then relievers, not as big of a deal back then, but you know what? The Mets are nowhere on here. Bob Moorhead is 10th. Just in general, I'm going to go back through the list and see where the Mets are ranking here. He's ranked 10th in relievers. He's ranked 19th in closers. How old's Hoyt Wilhelm at this point? Yeah, there's a 39-year-old Hoyt Wilhelm who's ranked 3rd. Here's Disco Stu Miller, 34 years old, coming off a 14-5, 17 save season, ranked 9th. But yeah, let's go back and see where the Mets rank. This might give us some clues as to which way Smiley Face Jane's going to go. So at catchers, the Mets are ranked 14th of 20. At first base, the Mets are ranked dead last with how old was Gil Hodges? 41 years old. 38-year-old Gil Hodges ranked dead last. The funny thing is, I didn't realize Ed Kranepool was such a highly regarded prospect. He's the number 1 ranked first baseman prospect. Second base, the Mets are 14th with Charlie Neal. At third base, 15th, Felix Mantilla. At shortstop, the Mets are 15th, Ilya Chacon. Left field, 11th with Frank Thomas. But again, this is an older Frank Thomas, 32. Well, not that old, I guess. But also players that weren't productive into the late 30s back then like they are now. In center field, Jim L. Hickman has them ranked 16th. He's also the number 3 ranked prospect in center field. Right field, original Met Richie Ashburn has them in the top 10 for the first time there in any position. Starting pitchers, 18th with Al Jackson. Relievers, we already talked about this. Moorhead is 10th. But then in closers, Moorhead is 19th. So yeah, lots of places that could be improved. I think if you look at the pool of players too, like there's a ton of great center fielders. And then the Mets were dead last at first base. Let's see what the first base pool looks like. Yeah, Cash, Cepeda, there's some good first basemen out there. All right, so I think we're let's go to Smiley Face Jane for the picks. Let's open up the Mets roster. Whenever you're ready, I think fire away with your first trade. If we rank by overall, you have 35-year-old Richie Ashburn's your top-rated player. Ah, Willie Mays, who becomes a Met in 1973, is going to join the Mets 11 years early. I like it. Uh, all right, let's go make a trade with the Giants. We're interested in this Willie Mays fella, 5-star player. Now let's see what they would want for him. Oh, they would trade straight up for Jim L. Hickman. That's amazing. Unbelievable. That is shocking to me. But you can give them whoever you want. So who on this roster uh you can trade from your reserve too. So you've got half a star catcher Joe Ginsberg. If you want to trade them back in outfielder, you've got 1-star John Demerit. Smiley Face Jane heard that their GM thinks Bobby Smith will replace May's production. So let me know. Is he on the reserve? Where is he? Center fielder. Oh, there he is. Bobby Gene Smith, 2 stars. Oh, that's pretty nice of you to go center fielder for center fielder. That's actually kind of generous of you. Okay, now what would it take to make this trade? That's funny. Adding him makes the deal worse because before they would have traded for Jim L. Hickman straight up. Now with Bobby Gene Smith in the deal, we have no one who would make them take the deal. That's amazing. How bad is Bobby Gene Smith then? I mean, he can field. What does he do in real life? Oh, 62. He comes back for a cup of coffee in 65. All right, maybe they're right to not like that deal. Okay, well, that's funny. You're giving them a player that actually made the deal so bad that they wouldn't even take Jim L. Hickman anymore. All right. Yeah. What if we had thrown in? Well, now I'm kind of curious. I'm not going to do this, but let me just see. If we do this, they say your terms are acceptable. But now if I add in Bobby Gene Smith, we're headed in the right direction, even if we're not there yet. That's funny. Okay, let's take Hickman out of there and let's force the trade. Throw in some baseballs. All right. All right, you've acquired an all-star. That's an achievement. Okay. All right, what's our second move? Smiley face Jane. The first one's a blockbuster. Great trade. Instantly makes us better. Going to the Reds. I like the way Smiley face Jane's doing the reveal here by going with the team first. All right, let's see who we've got here. Oh, are we going Frank Robinson? It's a big bat and a good right fielder. All right, Frank Robinson. All right, let's see what they would take for this. We have no player that would make this work, or so they think. Gus Bell. Ooh, you're giving up 2.5 stars here. Are you sure you don't want to send someone from the reserve? You do have that option. You could send 1 star left fielder John Demerit if you want. But I've got Gus Bell on the trading block for you. Zero chance of this ever happening. You speak too soon, Zach Perkins. Gus Bell had negative 1.54. Get that out of here. All right. Traded for an MVP. Is that a diamond level accomplishment or is that silver? In any case, big accomplishment. 2 players down, 2 more to go. What's our next team? See, the Frank Robinson is what I'm talking about. Like with the 1985 trades, there was no Frank Robinson or Willie Mays equivalent, I felt like. The Dodgers. All right. Oh, you were going to take 2 from the Dodgers. Are we going smiley face Wills? I never realized Tommy Davis was a 4.5 star player. Oh, you're going to take Sandy and Trisdale. Just taking Sandy. Okay. Let's see what would it take to get nothing. There's nothing you can offer. All right, who do you want to send over? Here's the active roster. Flip down at the bottom here. Yeah, no, I agree. Smiley face Jane. Wolves would be a fun pick, but definitely doesn't do enough. Let's see. Is he on the? Is he on the reserve? Oh yeah, he is on the reserve. There he is. All right. Now that's a perfect proposal. Perfectly awful. What would it take to make this work now? Still nothing. Well, it's gonna happen. All right. Welcome to these teams, Sandy Koufax. All right, 1 more player left. Offered by Bonilla in 1962 and offered to pay him for the next 70 years. The Cardinals. All right. Is this a Bob Gibson deal? Gibson for Craig Anderson. No, AW. That's what we're talking about last night with all these forced trades. Is like what the reaction would be in real life. All right, Bob Gibson. What would it take? Nobody. Nobody. There's no one. I'm still shocked that the Giants would have given us Willie Mays straight up for Jim L. Hickman. That's shocking to me. All right, 2 star starting pitcher Craig Anderson getting shipped. Craig's going to have a huge year. He's going to teach everyone the Cardinals to split finger fastball. Better watch out. Oh no, that's Roger Craig. This is Craig Anderson. Sorry. Get real, says Malik Ransom. Nothing would make this deal work. All right, welcome to these Bob Gibson. All right, so let's see. Let's check our roster. I think we might have one player too many on the roster right now. Oh no, we're good. Mays, Robinson, Gibson. Wait, where's Koufax? Look at the AI being the AI. Koufax is on the reserve. Okay, so I'll show you the pitching staff. Let me know who you might want to drop to make room for Koufax. Yes, thank you, Smiley Face Jam, for the reminder. I do need to turn trades off when we're finished here. Oh, you're right. He did get traded for a player on the reserve roster. Good call. I mean, if you want my recommendation, I think Clem Labine is a pretty easy cut. Oh, you just want to let the AI set up the organization? All right, let's see what happens when we do that. Okay, it was smart enough to put Koufax on the big league team there. All right, let's see what it did. Koufax, Gibson, Al Jackson, Bob Miller, Jay Hook, uh, Sherman Jones setting up everyone else in middle relief. And then in the lineups, sabermetric strategy will do. Okay. So let's see. It was smart enough to start Frank Robinson and Willie Mays. They're batting third and fourth. No, that's fine. I'm glad you're excited. I'm pretty psyched too. This is pretty fun. Um, yeah, it's like there's nothing, and then the middle of the lineup is insanely good. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. I'm wondering how many intentional walks they're going to draw, considering like who's coming up behind them. I mean, Frank Thomas has some pop, so maybe that'll protect them a little bit. All right, so everyone now knows what the deal is with the four trades that Smiley Face Jane has made. So I think you can now finish up your forms. I'm going to make sure the game is set up properly. So no coaching. Scouting is off. Okay, look, enable owner goals unchecked, but the owner's going to bother us with goals. I'm telling you right now. Okay, injuries off, suspensions off, uh, personality and morale are off already. Development's going to be disabled. It is confusing. Some things you have to uncheck to turn them off, other things you have to check to turn them off. I kind of wish it'd be a little more consistent, but okay. Uh, there's no DH. Turning off trading. Thank you for the reminder, Smiley Face Chain. We're not going to have a draft. No free agents are going to get created. Pitchers cannot win the MVP award. Popularity is going to get turned off for the All Star game voting. We're not going to retire players or have them miss seasons according to history. And we're going to lock in modifiers off, turn off auto calc. Okay, and then we have the mailbox settings to update. And prevent interruptions here. Okay, I'm going to save this. Oh, Smiley Face Jane, did you want to rename the team at all? You can make them the Fargo Moorhead Mets. You can make them the Smiley Face Jane Mets. No? Okay. All right. I think we're ready to go then. Okay. So we're about to start. So we're going to roll commercials so we don't get bothered during the sim. And I'm going to get ready for that too. And it gives everyone um, 3 minutes to finish up your forms. So after we roll ads, we'll come back. I'll close the form. We'll look at the guesses and then we'll start the sim. All right. Good luck, everybody. All right. Looks like we're back from ads. I am ready to go too. Is anyone still waiting to hit submit on their form? Otherwise, I'm going to close the form so we can look at the responses. Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? All right, I'm going to close the form. All right, form is closed. I'm generating this spreadsheet and I'm going to hide the usernames for now. All right, let's see what we got. Five contestants today. That's a pretty healthy number for our late night stream. Will this team make the playoffs? Three people say yes. As Smiley Face Jane pointed out, in 1962, making the playoffs means making the World Series. I did not mean to deceive anybody, but I inadvertently did deceive one person who said no, they will not make the World Series. The other two said yes and yes. Oh my goodness, Smiley Face Jane is the one who messed it up. Oh no, oh no. That's funny. And well, but no one thinks they're going to win the World Series. No one thinks they're going to win the World Series. We do have three people who think one of the major awards will go to someone from this team. That's interesting. Okay, and then as usual, I'm going to hold off on showing the numerical responses until the end of the sim. Doug says, if I've learned anything from these pack giveaways, it's don't bet on the Mets. All right. Let me take the pin down. All right, and then let's start simming. Now, unlike 2023, when a lot of our sims take place, we are starting in April, so we're going to go straight into almost a full month. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's look at the preseason predictions. That's a good idea. Uh, oh, that's a bummer. Can I not force a generation of it? Okay, let's try that. Let's try. I like Claydog's comment. It's also a split with Smiley Face Jane winning all the time. An immovable force meets an unstoppable object. There we go. All right, those are the AL predictions. Let's scroll down to the NL. Look at this. The Mets are projected to win 93 games, one game behind the projected NL pennant winners, the Braves. That is amazing. Projected to lead the league in home runs. Underdog says I've got a better chance of winning this form than winning a diamond tournament. And amazingly, the Cubs are predicted to do worse than the expansion Colt 45s. Okay, this is interesting though, because by taking a Dodger and a Giant and a Cardinal, you've knocked them down quite a bit and boosted yourself up. Oh, and the Reds too. Oh, so you took all four from the NL. Smart, smart, smart. Top pitchers, Koufax and Gibson. Top hitters, Frank Robinson and Willie Mays. So yeah, you've added the two top projected hitters and two of the top four projected pitchers to your team. The crazy thing is, if you hadn't taken Koufax, the top three pitchers all would have been Dodgers. So I was tempted to figure out something for Hank Aaron instead of Gibson, but outfield is like the only strength this team had. That's true. Oh yeah. So where is Hickman in this lineup? Oh, Hickman's on the bench. I guess still too raw at 20 years old. I guess there's no room with Frank Robinson, Mays, and then he's not going to bump Frank Thomas yet. So does Hickman play any other positions besides outfield? No, just center and right. All right. Smiley Face Jane, any final words before we begin the sim? I did like that suggestion to look at the preseason predictions. That was great. I did change the strategy and I did turn uh, trades off, but let's just double check. Yep, you're at sabermetric. Do you want to change anything here? Defensive sub rules or the fatigue settings? Okay, we are good to go. Let's fire up this sim. Good luck, everybody, and good luck to you and the 62 Met Smiley Face Jane. Wow, the NL is tough. Willie Mays, Player of the Week, and Mets are 10-2, 4.5 games behind the Giants, who are 15-5 despite losing Willie Mays. That's insane. Let's take a look at the schedule, see if any scores jump out at us. Swept a doubleheader here against the Pirates on the 15th. Lost a doubleheader to the Phillies here. Beat the Phillies 12-0. Lots of one-run games in here too. 1 and 2 run games. All right, let's go back to the standings. Let's do another month. All right, Mets are climbing the standings. 27-15. Batter of the month, Willie Mays. Frank Robinson with a 20-game hitting streak. Willie Mays with a 7-game extra base hit streak. And Frank Thomas with a 7-game RBI streak. Home run streaks, 4 games by Frank Robinson and 5 games by Frank Robinson and 4 games by Willie Mays. And look at that. On the strength of all those performances, the Mets are now 32-16, 1 game ahead of the Giants. Tied for the best record. Oh no. Uh Half a game behind the White Sox, who are 32-15 in the AL. Okay, the All-Star break is in the first week of July, so we can finish this month and still not bump into it. 4 games ahead of the Giants in the NL. I keep saying NL East, it's just the NL. Willie Mays gets career RBI number 1,000. Bob Gibson wins Pitcher of the Month. And 26 scoreless inning streak by Bob Gibson. And at 57-22, the Mets have now by far the best record in the majors. And you already have 17 more wins than the actual Mets did in 1962, and we're not even to the All-Star break yet. Wow, those are 4 really good picks to boost this team. All right, let's go to the All-Star game announcements. Willie Mays, the highest All-Star vote getter, and again, popularity is turned off, so it's not based on his popularity; it's strictly based on his performance. All right, one more game to get to the All-Star break. 63-25, by far the best record in the majors, and 11 games clear of the Dodgers right now. Let's check out the All Star. Oh, you know what? Let me open up a notepad. Because I also need to write down or record Smiley Face Jane's choices. Okay, so Force 4 trades. Smiley Face Jane, 1962 Mets. And the trades were um, Bob Gibson from St. Louis, Sandy Koufax from LA Dodgers, Frank Robinson from Cincinnati, and Willie Mays from San Francisco. Okay, now I'm gonna copy these in there too. All right, NL fan voting results. Look at that. Hobie Landreth from the Mets, third in voting at catcher. That's all natural. Uh, Elio Chacon for the Mets, second in shortstop voting, also a natural Met. Center field, Willie Mays, 120,000 votes ahead of Hank Aaron. And Frank Robinson, over 400,000 votes ahead of Felipe Alou in right field. Uh, Starting pitcher, Sandy Koufax, number two in voting. 13-4 with a 3.07 ERA so far. And no one in the bullpen. And no sign of Bob Gibson there, though. All right, let me copy that. All right, let's see the rosters. I wonder if Gibson might get selected. He is. Gibson and Koufax both selected. Gibson, check this out. Gibson has the same record and a better ERA than Koufax, but was not in the top five in voting. And Koufax with the worst ERA was number two. Now his WAR is significantly higher, I guess because of the more strikeouts, 9.1 strikeouts per nine. Who else? Who else? Any other? Willie Mays, of course, voted in. Is that it? Oh, and Frank Robinson voted in. So all four of your traded players, so I face Jane, are in. Hank Aaron, 348 with 29 bombs and 16 steals. Well, Willie Mays is right there, 344 with 33 bombs. I mean, Frank Robinson, 352 with 24 bombs. I don't think you'd have gone wrong with any of those three. Billy Williams is hitting 362, but not nearly as much power. All right. That's uh that's a pretty good little sneak peek into the stats. Okay, let's go to the home run contest now. We might have a few contestants in here, a couple contestants. Willie Mays is in there with 33 bombs, and Frank Robinson in there with 24 bombs. And they're on opposite sides of the bracket, so they could meet in the final. Hey AW, don't put it past the Mets. Even the fake 62 Mets with four Hall of Famers, don't put it past them to collapse. Ooh, Mays gets knocked out, but Frank Robinson advances. It's Killebrew and Frank Robinson in the final. Yes, the Mets win the home run challenge. All right. All right, let's go to the Wait, did it just screenshot the page after I tried to screenshot the home run derby contest results? Hold on, let me check to see my. Let me check my screenshots real quick. Sorry, I gotta find. There it is. I gotta find the folder in the OTP folder. It did. It waited till after I came back to the screen to do the screenshot. That's kind of annoying. Okay, I'm trying to screenshot this. There we go. Uh, Off topics as underdog. What are the qualifications of a player getting a PT live card? If you mean PT elite, I think it's just current players who are having like outstanding seasons. I think it's pretty subjective. Oh, a live. Oh, just a regular live card. I think they just have to be an active major leaguer, right? All right, let's go to the All Star game now. Oh, the NL got beat 6-1. Let's see how our players did. Well, Maury Wills went 2 for 4. Frank Robinson went 1 for 2 with an RBI. Willie Mays went 0 for 4, left 5 runners on base. And Bob Gibson pitched 1 clean inning with a strikeout. And Koufax didn't pitch, so he must have been tired from a previous start. Even in Measure World, the NL can't win an All Star game. All right, let's let's sim the rest of July. Oh, the lead shrinking. 13 straight quality starts by Bob Gibson. Bob Moorhead wins Rookie of the Month. Frank Robinson has a 10-game run streak. And Bob Gibson has a 12-game win streak. All right, the Mets lead has shrunk now to 6.5 games ahead of the Dodgers. And now the Tigers are atop the AL. All right, we'll sim to roster expansion day on September 1st. Oh, the Dodgers have jumped ahead of the Mets, as have the Braves. 13-game shutdown streak by Bob Moorhead. But more importantly, the Mets are now 3.5 games behind the Braves. I told you, don't put it past the Mets to have a meltdown, even in a fake computer game. They're giving the Mets a 12.8% chance to make the playoffs, which means making the World Series. The Mets schedule 2 more games against the Cardinals and then 3 games against the Pirates. Let's see what the Pirates record looks like. The Pirates are 1675, so that could work out well for the Mets. All right, let's do a week here. All right. What happened? I tried to. Oh, that was probably there was only one day probably left in the week. So let's sim another week. Oh my goodness, the Mets are now in 4th place, 4.5 games back. This is a Mets meltdown. Other top teams all play each other. Good for the Mets, but it means someone needs to win. Yeah, I think we need them to play teams below and lose. Because if they keep playing each other and beating each other, I mean, I guess if the Mets can beat other teams, they could potentially climb up. As long as these teams keep splitting against each other. All right, we're 147 games in, running out of runway here for the Mets to make a comeback. The Mets are consistently 4.5 games back. They're still there. The Dodgers now are 1.5 games ahead of the Braves. Even without Sandy Koufax, they are in first place. Oh, the Mets jump up to second place, 3.5 games behind the Dodgers now. Let's see what the pennant chase looks like. If they have a series against the Dodgers, no, but they're playing the Braves and the Cubs the rest of the way. Well, the Dodgers,
Why do you keep
the
following
Dodgers
me
are facing the
around?
Colt 45s and the Cardinals. That's going to be rough. The Colt 45s, I don't think they're going to be able to put up much of a fight there. Someone just followed. Who was that? Let me check in Twitch. Extreme UW, thank you for the follow. Clay Dog loves that someone followed during the middle of the Mets meltdown. Yeah, I'm a little worried. This is what's about to happen against the Phillies too. The Mets meltdown. Everyone likes to watch a train wreck, Clay Dog, uh, or a car wreck, I guess. Okay, let's go a game at a time now. Okay, all right. Let's see what we got here. Koufax against Cloninger with where are the Dodgers? The Dodgers are playing the Colt 45s. Let's do the Dodgers game first. Oh, Drysdale led Dodgers win 10-2. The Mets shut out the Braves 5-0. Did Koufax go the distance? He sure did. Four hitter with 11 strikeouts, no walks. Man, what a performance. Um, Look at this. Willie Mays is up to 51 home runs. Frank Fleming is losing his mind. Where's Frank Fleming? All right, let's go back to scores. All right, let's finish the day. All right, the Mets are still 3.5 back. We need the Colt 45s to step up. That's kind of the problem here. Oh, they come through in the top of the 10th. Houston wins 3-2. Unbelievable. Okay, now we need the Mets to win. Oh, the Mets lose, ending a 9-game winning streak. 5-4 in the bottom of the 10th. Oh man. What happened Oh, look at that win probability graph. Clutch hit from catcher Del Crandall in the bottom of the 10th. Run scoring single. So we're still at 3.5 games. They left Bob Gibson in the 10th. Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh, that's poor management there. 9 in the third, 5 earned. 157 pitches, and they let him pitch the 10th. I guess so. When he's one of your starters and your bullpen is still the 62 Mets bullpen, Maybe 150 pitch Bob Gibson is still better than the alternative. He hasn't reached his 160 pitch count. Leave him in. I think the problem is you still have a Mets bullpen, a 62 Mets bullpen. So, all right. Man, we got the Dodgers loss we needed and then wasted it. Yeah, still 3.5 back. Let's finish the day. All right, we're at game 159. I don't think we can do it. Oh no, their magic number is still one. So I guess if we win out and they lose out, oh yeah, because they're still at 158 games. That's why Smiley Face Jane normally turns pitch hook way down. Yeah. All right, let's go to the scores. Okay, the Mets are off today, so let's see what happens here with the. Oh, the Dodgers beat the Houston 4-2. I think that's it. Yeah, their magic number is now 0. Man, what an effort by the Mets, though. All right, let's see what happens the rest of the way. The Mets play the Cubs, and the Dodgers have the Cardinals. The Dodgers shut out the Cardinals 4-0. And the Mets lose to the Cubs 13-6. Javi 6-16 for the. Oh no, the losses to Jackson 14-13. Ernie Banks player of the game. Ernie Banks went 4 for 5 with a double and a home run and 5 RBI. Oh, what's your question? Is that a thing? Does the AI consider the bullpen for pulling starting pitchers? I would assume so because I mean, why else would you leave Bob Gibson in that long? But that is something we could test for. We can have identical starters and have like give teams strong bullpens and see if they pull their pitchers any earlier or later. All right, let's go the next day. I mean, it's all academic now, but I do want to kind of see how the season plays out. Okay, this is game 161 coming up for the Dodgers. They shut out the Cardinals again 4-0. Man, the Cardinals are terrible. And the Mets lose again to the Cubs. Jeez. They lost to a 5-20 pitcher, in, getting him to 6-20. Jeez. All right. Last should be the last game of the season here for the Dodgers. Calhoun's hype, Iron Legend. Yeah, his Iron card is pretty good, isn't it? Oh no, no, I don't want that. I want this. Oh, the Cardinals win 5-2, and the Mets. Koufax 2-0. Shut out the Cubs. Koufax gets the win. Do we want to see you naked? I don't think so. Finishing navigation. All right, banned. Okay. Yeah, win number 20 for Koufax. All right, let's oh, we didn't finish second, we ended up finishing third. Oh, wait, the Braves have one more game to play. Oh, that's right, because we didn't sim their game yet. All right, Willie Mays home run champion, and Willie Mays goes 2020, and we do finish in third place. That's disappointing. Um, Smiley Face Jane, though, heck of a transformation. Why did you ban my alt? Says Tongmato. That's amazing. uh, you increase their win total by 57, more than doubled it. Way more than doubled it. Wow. Okay, let's run the postseason. Let's look at some stats, and then we'll give away some packs. All right, it's the White Sox and the Dodgers. Needed to see the tomatoes. So the Dodgers win 4 games to 3 against the White Sox. Who's on this White Sox team? All right, season score of 625. Get a screenshot of that. Yeah, I want to see who's on this. Who's on this White Sox team? All these guys have PT cards right now: Eddie Fisher, Juan Pizarro, and Joe Horland. Aparicio at shortstop leading off. Their highest home run total is 20, 304 and 20. Contrast that with the Mets. Highest home run total is 52 and a 305 average. Early win in the bullpen, 10 and 11 with a 4.27 ERA. Turk Lound with 26 saves. Dom Zanny, 1 save, 2.76 ERA. Why is their starting second baseman have 0 average? What's going on there? Oh, because Nelly Fox is normally the starter. They have 17 players in their pitching staff. Oh, because we're at the end of the season. I see. Yeah, that's probably right. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. The pitchers take a separate bus to the game. Okay. You know what? For these sims, I should change the rules so there's no roster expansion. I didn't think about that. Oh, we need to do postseason awards. We need to see. Okay, so who are the candidates for Cy Young and MVP on the Mets? So Bob Gibson, 21 and 9, 2.77 ERA, 205 strikeouts, 1.29 WHIP, and 6.6 WAR. Sandy Koufax, 20 and 11, 3.22 ERA, 1.04 WHIP, and 286 strikeouts. How did Craig Anderson do? Uh, do we trade him for Gibson or for Koufax? For Koufax, okay. Craig Anderson. Oh no, it must have been for Gibson. Craig Anderson, 59 innings pitched, 0-3 with two saves and a 5.01 ERA, 1.52 whip, and a negative zero point 0.4 war. All right, Tom Tomatoes thinking Koufax to the side. And for MVP, I mean, Willie Mays, 52 bombs, 305 average, 993 OPS. But Frank Robinson has him beat with for RBI, runs, batting average, and OPS. Robinson also had more hits, too. And 53 doubles. Jeez. Still could not match the feat, though, of Joey Albert Bell, who had 50 doubles and 50 home runs in the season. Check out Hobie Landreth with 24 bombs, 284 average, 858 OPS. What did he do in real life? In 1962, he hit one bomb, 289. He hit one bomb, though, in 54 plate appearances. So even that, like his rate is still way higher in this sim. Richie Ashburn benched. That's probably correct. Yeah. There's no room in that outfield for him. You know what might give Willie Mays the edge over Frank Robinson is this 26 stolen bases. The AI loves stolen bases for awards. I think it overweights steals. Okay, so let's go to the mailbox and let's skip ahead to Great Glove Awards. All right, there's no achievement, so we did not get any gold gloves. I don't know who El Tappy is, but he won a Gold Glove award. Who was El Tappy? Never heard of this guy. Okay, in real life, he maxed out at 130 plate appearances in 1954, but he won a Gold Glove in our simulation. Maury Wills at shortstop, Clemente in right field, Mayamo El Tape. El Tape is infamous. That means more than famous. He's infamous. Okay, let's go to the next award, which is the reliever of the year. Our bullpen is original 62 Mets, so I don't think we have any shot at this. Yeah, we're not even in the top four. Yes, that is nice, isn't it, AW? That Maury Wills won an award in a smiley face Jane sim. That is nice. All right, Platinum Stick Awards. We should win at least two. Wait a second. Willie Mays did not win a Platinum Stick Award. What is happening here? Oh, Hank Aaron. Okay, here's the thing. Hank Aaron had fewer home runs, but more stolen bases and a higher batting average. I'm telling you, the AI overweights stolen bases. All right, let me make note of the Platinum Stick Award one. Big war differences? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, 12.2. Again, though, that's coming from the stolen bases and the average, I think. Okay, let's rookie of the year. Dennis Bennett of the Phillies sweeps the first place votes. 16-6, 3.69 ERA. All right, here come the two big ones. Cy Young Award. Bob Gibson. He beats out his teammate, Sandy Koufax. Sandy Koufax came in third. Jack Sanford of the Giants went 19-11 with a 2.54 yard. But Gibson takes it 21-9, 2.77. So Smiley Face Jane, you traded for the first and third pitchers in the Cy Young voting, so that's good. All right, let's check on the MVP next. Oh, we did not win it. We did get a notification. Hank Aaron was it. Willie Mays came in second. Frank Robinson came in third and won the only other first place vote. So Smiley Face Jane, you did pretty good though. You traded for the second and third place MVP winners. He walked two times batters than Sandy and struck out 80 less. Who are we talking about? Hank Aaron? This is amazing. I mean, I know the 43 is a simulation, but 44, 30, 39, 40, 34, just the consistency is amazing. Mickey Mantle MVP. Mickey Mantle came in. Mickey Mantle wasn't even the top, however many this is. What happened to Mickey Mantle? Mickey Mantle had an 1116 OPS. Oh my goodness. 44 bombs, 326 average, 29 steals, 9.7 war. Oh, in the AL, he won the MVP? Yep, there he is. Swept the first place votes. It is me on a beer keg. All right, let's look at some achievements. Three home run games, six or more hits, 15 more strikeouts. Ken Johnson did that. Cycles, Malzone and Clinton, no hitters, 50 home run seasons. There's Willie Mays, 150 RBI seasons. Frank Robinson, 20 win seasons. Drysdale, Gibson, Koufax, no triple crown. Milestones. Wow, not very many long hitting streaks. Oh, I wanted to see how many times our guys got intentionally walked because the rest of the lineup is all still regular Mets. Mays 8 times, Robinson just once. Rod Cannell, who hit 222, got intentionally walked 5 times, while Frank Robinson got intentionally walked once. Yeah, let's check out Maury Will stealing stats. No problem. 109 steals, 14 caught stealing. Wow. Yeah, Togmedo, you're absolutely right. I forgot there's no DH, so yeah, they're being walked to face the pitcher for sure. Yeah, forgot there was no DH. Good call, Togmedo and AW. So my face looks like they got it right this time. Yeah, that's a ton of steals and very efficient too. OTP delivers. All right, let's give away some packs, shall we? Oh, wait. League leaders. Frank Robinson was sixth in batting. This is for the majors. Maybe we should just look at National League. Wait, he's sixth in the net. Wait, were all the batting leaders in the NL? They are. Look at that. The entire top eight in batting are from the NL. Manuel at 326 led the AL. That's crazy. And yeah, and the NL still couldn't win the All Star game. Exactly. Mays led the majors in home runs with 52. Frank Robinson led the majors in RBI with 160. Uh, Aaron outslugged Robinson and Mays. Aaron and Mantle ahead of Robinson and Mays in OPS. Aaron, wow, wins the WAR title by quite a bit. Tommy Davis leads the league in and the majors in base hits. Frank Robinson leads the league in doubles. Robinson Mays lead the majors in runs. Maury Wills leads the majors in stolen bases. Frank Robinson leads the majors in total bases. Oh, 499 on base percentage. Where was that? Oh yeah, Mickey Mantle, 499 on base percentage, 89 points ahead of the next player. That's insane. How many times did he walk then? Mantle walked 183 times. Oh man, that's crazy. Wow. Let's see what else. Oh, there he is, 183 walks. 50% more than the next player. That's insane. All right, let's look at some pitching leaders. Gibson third in ERA. Um, third and fifth in wins. See the regular Mets bullpen nowhere in saves. Actually, what did our bullpen ERA look like? Actually, Jones and Craig weren't too bad. 3.64 and 3.45 ERAs. But McKenzie 6.38. He's the only lefty. Mulford 4.4 ERA and Moorhead a decent 4.02. The back of the rotation didn't do us any favors either. Jay Hook went 6 and 7 with a 5.30 ERA. It's amazing how, as well as they pitched, they still had 11 and 9 losses each. I guess with only four players, you can't get enough pitching and run support on a terrible team. I mean, that's really a testament to how bad the 62 Mets were. That you add these four players and still, I mean, 97 wins is great, but still couldn't get over the hump just because the rest of the team was so bad. Okay, let's go to the pack giveaway. Let me unhide the Twitch usernames. Yeah, the starting point is so bad. I mean, that's why it's so impressive that Smiley Face Jane was even able to win 97 games. Because the rest of what you have to work with is just so bad. Tough to complain when four players get you 57 more wins based on their own. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, whatever the game says their war calculation is, essentially they split 57 war between the four of them. All right, so let's see who we have. Will this team reach the playoffs, which also means the World Series? So no. So that means we've got AW and Dog Made of Clay. So the rest of these are no. Will a player from this team win the MVP or signing award? Uh, wait, did they? Oh, wait. I can't remember. Did Bob Gibson win? Yeah, Bob Gibson won the signing award. So that's a yes, but you both put no. So we have to keep advancing. We're still tied. Okay, the next was how many regular season games will this team win? And the answer was, I want to say 97. Is that right? I'm guessing 90. Yeah, it is. 97 wins. All right, here are the guesses. Uh, Underdog guessed it exactly, but did not make it this far. So Clay Dog is a little bit closer. The answer is 97. Clay Dog was 12 away, but AW was 16 away. Underdog, impressive guess. Now, what will be the highest war? Okay, on the pitching side, the highest war was 8.6 by Koufax. And on the batting side, the highest war was 10.5 by Willie Mays. We already have our winner, but I just kind of want to see how close the guesses were. Flying WV was closest with 10.2, just a little 1.1 closer than Smiley Face Jane. Man, underdog getting the win total on the money. All right, so congratulations to Clay Dong, a little bit closer in total wins, and AW second. Clay Dong says I would have got you with that 0.12. That's right. Yep, point 0.1 away with 8.1 versus 8.0. All right. All thanks to the Mets being the Mets. Yes. Let's hope that does not carry on into real life against the Phillies, but I fear that it will. All right, Smiley Face Jane, thank you for a entertaining sim. Really good job picking those four players. Man, taking 40 win Mets to 97 wins, that's an accomplishment. I mean, you didn't make the World Series, but frankly, when you start with the 62 Mets, I mean, getting over 80 wins is a feat. 97 is incredible. Where is the Mets gonna Mets emo? Yeah, I don't have that. That's true. Yeah, it did end up being a choke job, which Frankly, I'm impressed that OOTP is so accurate in portraying a Mets choke job. Yeah, I'll echo Clay Dog. Thank you, Smiley Face Jam. That was a really fun sim, really fun choices. Um, yeah, just great job all around. And the guesses were good. Spot on the number of games won, and a couple of pretty close guesses on the WAR. All right, so if that was fun for you, you were the point redeemer. So that's what's most important, that you had a good time. I'm gonna start building leaderboards for each of the games. So Smiley Face Jane is going to be in first place as the first contestant in Force Four Trades, and the leaderboards are going to be such that I'm going to highlight different things across the table. So Smiley Face Jane's 62 Mets didn't win a World Series, but they're going to be highlighted for plus 57 wins, right? That's huge. Yeah, yeah, Clay Dog. I'm going to highlight different things. I'm going to highlight World Series wins. I'm going to highlight biggest increase in wins. Um, I'm going to highlight, when a Cy Young or MVP is won. So yeah, we'll recognize multiple players on each leaderboard for different accomplishments for sure. Todd Vado won the same amount of World Series as Smiley Face Jane. Yeah, that 57 will be tough to beat unless someone takes like the Richmond Spiders or something. Well, I've already announced that when OTP 26 comes out, I am going to play Force Four Trades with the White Sox. So I might have a chance at matching that 57 wins when the next game comes out. And then tomorrow we have Ezra Denny playing create a roster, and then unless Clay Dog's available sooner, we're gonna have Flying WV playing create a roster as well. Yes, I am plotting my moves a half year from now. That is true. Um, Flying WV, if you're still in the chat, let's get in touch in Discord. Oh, that's a good question, AW. I don't know if 2020 has a full schedule. Are you in the Discord? I can send you a link to it if you're not. You are okay, good. So yeah, let's just do the scheduling in Discord. Why don't you send me some days you're available? Just remember, I don't stream on Wednesdays, and maybe over the next week, what days you might be able to be on for sure, and we'll get that set up. We'll have to make one for the Sox. Yeah, the 2020 season's a good question though. It'd be interesting to replay that as a full season. I am glad people are enjoying these games though. Like these are games I've played on my own over the years in OOTP, and I'm glad like people are interested in playing them. Okay, let's find someone to raid into. Let me see if anyone's playing. I doubt anyone's playing OOTP, but let's see. Sensei Martian already went offline. Playdog feels that our watcher crew is small enough that the games are fun because we all get a turn eventually. Yeah, I'm actually hoping we get some repeat players too. Monday's Ophi day, but Ophi is not streaming until Wednesday. She's taking a couple days off. So there is no Ophi today to raid into. All right, no one's playing out of the park. Uh, okay, here's. Oh wait, what's going on with Midnight Sumo? They yesterday they were streaming. Um, it's a national high school sumo tournament. Oh, Smash Face MVP performance. That's a fun one. That's a really fun one. Who's Amaranth? I don't even know who that is. Who is Amaranth? Now I have to look that up. Okay, Midnight Sumo is not streaming sumo. They're streaming Japanese restaurant videos, so we won't do that. Yeah, I'm curious. So there's this Kaneko Japan who she plays the piano and takes requests from chat and just like play songs. Sometimes she has to look them up, and it's amazing how fast she can learn them by just looking at the sheet music. It's actually pretty impressive. So let me see where she is in her stream. This is one that I can't remember if I was rating and uh, Cheeky helped me find it, or if Cheeky was looking for raid and I was there for it. But it's just fun because it's live music, and she's really talented. Let me make sure she's still streaming though. Okay, she's only an hour in, so she'll probably be streaming for a while still. We're gonna raid into Kaneko Japan, super talented musician, takes requests from chat. Kratos is considering I'm following everyone Francis has rated us into so far. I don't think it can go wrong. I appreciate that. We'll raid into Kaneko Japan. And Claydog, good luck with your midterms. I hope we'll see you more often once you're past the midterms. Find a random hot tub stream with one viewer. I think that's a I think that's a trick question. I think AW is in his hot tub right now. Is trying to trick us into watching him. Oh, good, Clay Dog. I'm glad. I'm glad it was a good break for you. All right. See you in there.